welcome back to the podcast. Today we are diving into the world of supplements, which I am very excited about because I get to ask very often what supplements I'm taking. So today I want to dive into really the most asked questions, which is what supplements to take. And listen, I know how difficult it could be deciding what supplements you should take, whether you are, scrolling Instagram or walking down the aisles at the store. It can feel like, there's just supplement literally for everything these days, and it could be very, very confusing to understand what supplements to take and what supplements are even worth the money. So here's the thing, guys. When we think about supplements, they can be very, very helpful, but only when they are used correctly and for the right reason. There are no magic fixes, so remember that. And that's why they're called supplements, because they should supplement already a solid foundation of proper nutrition. So if your meals are all over the place or you are under eating, no pill, I'm going to repeat it again, no pill or powder will give you long-term results. So in this episode today, I'm going to break down the most important science-backed supplements to consider, their exact functions in your body and why they work. So we will keep it very, very simple. First thing, before we dive into specifics, I want to really empathize again that nutrition is the foundation. Supplements are there to fill in the gaps, not replace real whole foods. I feel like a lot of times people just goes to the store and feel like if they spend hundreds of dollars on supplements, it will help them to lose weight or whatever you're trying to do, build muscle, things like that, right? So that's wrong. Again, nutrition is the foundation. So if your diet is in balance, guys, meaning it's lacking protein, it's lacking healthy fats, it's lacking fiber or just essential vitamins, no supplement will make up for it and you are wasting your money. So step one is to make sure that your diet includes few things. When I say balance, this is what I mean. Number one, I want you to focus on having plenty of protein sources like chicken, eggs, tofu, Greek yogurt, fish, cottage cheese, things like that. Another thing is also healthy fats like avocados, olive oil, nuts, nut butters, right? Fats are not making you fat, you already know that. Fiber-rich carbs like veggies, fruit, whole grains, and variety of foods to ensure that you are getting a range of vitamins and minerals. Once you got your nutrition dialed in, supplements can be a great tool to optimize your health and just overall performance. Now, I want to break down the ones that are, in my opinion, worth the time and money. So I have a list of like the most basic science-backed supplements that most people can benefit from. I personally take them all, so you can have a piece of paper if you're driving, whatever, you can watch the replay or listen to the replay. But I will actually explain each one of them and what they do and why it matters and how to use them effectively. So the first one is definitely a high quality multivitamin. The function of multivitamin is almost like think about it as like your nutritional insurance policy. It helps cover any gaps in your diet to ensure that your body actually gets like these essential vitamins and minerals for basic functions like energy production, right? What else? Immune health, cellular repair. And the reason why having multivitamin in your diet matters is because even with balanced diets, it can be very hard to hit 100% of your daily requirements for nutrients like vitamins A, vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, especially if you are very active or have higher nutrient demand. Another vitamin that is super important, I'm taking it also every single day, is vitamin D. Vitamin D supports immune function, it supports your bone health, hormone regulation, and it also play a role in energy levels and mood, especially during these darker months when we just don't get that much sunlight, right? The sunlight is limited, so that's why vitamin D is very important, and most people should take it unless you live in very sunny climate somewhere in Florida, let's say. The thing is, guys, that around 40% of adults are deficient in vitamin D because we just don't get enough from food alone, and many of us don't spend enough time in the sun. We are locked in the office in a dark place, right? So that's why having the vitamin D supplementation in place is important. The deficiency can lead also to feeling super fatigued, maybe having a poor recovery, and sometimes even noticing weight gain. Now, most people need about 1,000 to 2,000 a daily, but honestly, your doctor can also check your levels and just tell you what exactly you and your body needs. You want to take it with meal containing fat to also boost the absorption of the vitamin D. Another king of supplements is omega-3 fish oil. Omega-3s, guys, are essential fatty acids that reduce inflammation. It supports brain health and also improves heart health. They are also key for joint health and recovery from workouts. And the thing is that the standard diet is often too high in omega-6 fatty acids. Those are the ones from like the processed oils, and very low in the omega-3s. Right? And that creates this imbalance that can make inflammation even worse. And taking the omega-3 vitamins will help restore the balance. You want to look for fish oil supplements with EPA and DHA. These are the active forms of omega-3s. And you want to maybe get anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of combined the EPA and DHA per day. Another supplement, and this is very like optional, and I always say everything in moderation, should and could be a protein powder, just because a lot of people have hard time to get their proteins in. However, we should never really rely on supplements like that, like protein powders, protein bars, things like that. Ideally, we always want to get all these nutrients and proteins from our diet if possible, or mainly the protein that I'm talking about. But the protein is essential for building and repairing muscle and supporting your metabolism and keeping you full. Protein powders are super convenient and a really easy way to hit your protein if you have them handy, especially when you're like busy or you just not really a big meat eater. But again, everything in moderation. I would definitely not rely on protein powders and don't suggest that to anybody, including my clients. Now, how much you should be hitting or how much protein on daily basis you should be eating, anywhere between 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per body weight. So if your goal is to, I don't know, if you weigh 250 pounds and your goal is to be 150, you want to take 150, multiply 0.7 to 1 gram, and that will give you your total goal. And a lot of people actually fall short. Every time I speak with clients or even start working on their new meal plans when they join my program, most people are averaging like 80 grams of protein a day, sometimes 100, which is not even close to where they should be. So again, protein powder can be great, but don't try to like abuse it. Maybe have like a 1 scoop a day maximum, and not even that. Ideally, you might want to maybe do it only a couple times a week and just try to focus on getting your protein from like chicken, right? Like fish, ground turkey, beef, tofu, things like that, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, things like that. Another very important supplement we're going to talk about is magnesium. Magnesium is a powerhouse mineral involved in over 300 enzymatic, I don't know if I pronounced it right, processes in the body, impacting literally everything from like muscle function and energy production to sleep, stress management. But not all magnesium supplements are the same. Each type has very unique benefits and absorption rates. And I have a breakdown of the most common forms, so you should know the difference between those. So the first one is the magnesium glycinate. That is the one that is the best for sleep and relaxation. It's bound to glycinate, an amino acid that helps calm the nervous system. The benefits of taking this supplement or the magnesium is that it will help with stress and anxiety. It will support a deeper sleep. It will also be gentle on your stomach, so less likely you're going to experience any like digestive issues. And this form of magnesium is the best for people who usually struggles with a poor sleep, like anxiety, or even sometimes muscle tension. The second magnesium is the citrate. This one is the best for digestion and muscle relaxation. It's combined with citric acid, making it highly absorbable. It absorbs really well, let's put it this way. The benefits of taking this one is that it will help with constipation. Pretty much what happens when you take it, it draws water into the intestines, and it will support also the muscle relaxations and helps with the cramp prevention. Now, this one is generally speaking best for people who just needs better digestion or relief from muscle cramps. And lastly, the magnesium malate, I think I'm pronouncing it right, malate. Best for energy and muscle recovery. It's paired with malic acid, which is involved in ATP, which is the energy production. This one will help you with muscle soreness, with recovery. It will also support energy production and also can reduce fatigue. People who should be taking that, this magnesium, are the ones who, generally speaking, maybe feels like low on energy, maybe experiencing muscle pain, or they work out very regularly. I said that right. Now, how to take them? So magnesium glycinate, you want to take in the evening for relaxation and sleep. That one is the one that I take. I usually make myself a tea, like a chamomile tea, and have the magnesium like shortly before my bedtime. The magnesium citrate, you want to take it with food and best in the morning or afternoon for digestion. And the magnesium malate, you want to take it in the morning for energy boost. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite, very, very favorite, the most favorite supplements on the market, and it's creatine. I remember before I started taking creatine, I literally felt like creatine was like a drug, like a steroid. I was like so terrified to take it because I didn't really understand what creatine was. But creatine is compound naturally found in your muscles and even some foods that you're eating, like meat and fish, and it helps your muscle pretty much produce energy during high intensity, even short durations activities like lifting weights or sprinting. I love creatine. It's the most researched supplement on the market. It's also super affordable. And the reason why is it important to take it is because creatine allows you to lift heavier. You will do more reps, you're gonna feel stronger, and you're also going to recover faster between sets. It will also improve your workout performance overall because creatine supports muscle growth over time. Research also shows that creatine can improve brain function, your memory, your focus, especially in people who don't eat much meat. So great supplement. And also remember that creatine pulls water into your muscle cells, which not only improves hydration, but also helps your muscle recover faster. So a lot of times when we start taking creatine, we put on some weight on the scale. So you start taking it and you feel like you're gaining weight. You're not gaining weight like fat. You're actually just holding on a little bit more water because of the creatine supplement. Ideally, what you want to take 5 grams of creatine monohydrate daily with or without food. You really don't need to do any like loading phases or like fancy versions. Just get yourself a plain creatine monohydrate. It's like the gold standard. It's the most affordable, cleanest. There is nothing in it. Just get yourself the plain one. You don't need, again, anything fancy. It's safe for women and men, and it's one of the, like I said, in my opinion, the best supplements on the market that you can take. And again, take 5 grams anytime during the day. As long as you're consistent, you will be fine. So creatine, the best. So to wrap this up, guys, supplements are really great tool to fill in gaps and overall just optimize your performance, recovery, and overall health. But like I said at the beginning, they should never replace a solid diet. I see it so often, and even like with new clients, they usually ask like, what supplements should I take the first moment that they join my program? And it's always like, none. Because first of all, I don't really know anything about you yet. We haven't worked together. I don't really know how your diet looks like. So before we start even talking about supplements, let's just dive into your nutrition first. And then later on, if I feel that we can supplement with some supplements, we can kind of talk about it later, right? That's the same approach you should consider to yourself, whether you work with coach or not. Always dive into your nutrition first. Ask yourself questions. Am I getting enough nutrients, variety of foods, veggies, fruits, enough protein, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats? If the answer is yes, then yes, let's talk about vitamins. So quick recap of the basics ones, the ones that I recommend. I take them personally. It's a multivitamin because that will cover your daily nutritional basis. Vitamin D for immune health and mood, especially if you don't get much sun. Here in Calgary, we don't get that much sun. Omega-3 fish oils for reducing inflammation and supporting heart health and your brain health. Protein powders, optional. Stay away from taking 3 scoops a day. Always make sure you're getting your protein from whole foods first, but then have a protein powder in hand in case that you're like busy or you just need to boost your protein for the day a little bit. Magnesium for relaxation, stress relief, and better sleep. Make sure that you know exactly which one you're taking. And of course, the creatine for strength, for the muscle growth, and the cognitive benefits. So start with these basics. They are backed by science, they're affordable, and they are super effective. You don't need to go overboard with every trendy supplements out there. Again, I remember me walking into the shoppers and thinking like, oh my God, I need this and this and this. And I would spend so much money before I even understood the importance of proper nutrition. So guys, if you found this episode helpful, I would love for you to share it with someone who might feel maybe overwhelmed by supplements. And if you are ready to dive deeper into how to build a strong foundation for your fitness and health journey, you can check out my pages. You can send me a message if you have any questions. My DM is always open to anyone. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for listening, for being here with me. I hope that you've learned something new again. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.